Hello to all our viewers on the Nissan Facebook fan page. My name is Jon Quirk and you're watching us live from the Nissan stand at the Geneva Motor Show 2011. You've just seen the unveiling of the Nissan S-Flow concept car. As stunning as that concept is as a sports EV car, we're going to first show you around the entire stand so you get a good idea of the product lineup. And we will start with this bad boy. It's the Nissan Juke, undoubtedly the star of the show of last year's Geneva Motor Show. It basically created a whole new category of car when it was released, which everybody is now terming the Super Mini crossover. It's been on sale for roughly about 6 months now, and units, they've already reached about 70,000 units in sales across Europe, which is mighty impressive. It also goes to show that people are after a Super Mini with bags of character. If we just move on to the Nissan Juke's biggest brother over here, this is the Nissan Murano Premium crossover. Now, a quick update for the Nissan Murano. 2010 saw the introduction of the 190 PS 2.5 litre diesel motor, and that's really helped broaden the appeal of the Murano, and it also cements both this car's position in the marketplace and also Nissan's leadership as a real leader in the in the crossover sector. Talking about leaderships in the crossover sector, we'll now go on to this. This is the Nissan Qashqai. Cannot believe it, but it was in 2007 this car was released, and it basically brought the crossover concept to the family car sector. Since it was released in 2007, it's actually sold 1 million units worldwide, and that includes obviously the Qashqai body shape and also this 7-seater Qashqai Plus 2, which we've got over here. Just move on to now sports cars. Yeah, have a good look at that boot toe. There's 7 seats, they all fold flat, which is pretty impressive. This is the sports car section, always a very popular area of the Nissan stage. This is the 370Z, proper sports car. It's got a 3.7 litre V6 engine up front. It's got a rear-wheel drive and 2 seats. Proper sports car. We love this. However, if you didn't think your 370Z was exclusive enough, you can now opt for this GT edition. It's the latest edition that's come to the range. You get these beautiful raised alloys, you get side decals, and you also get upgraded suspension. And the man that we've come to talk to about this knows a lot more about the car than I do, is the head of sports car strategy for Nissan, Chris Lee. Chris, how are you doing, sir? You all right? So why should people get excited about the 370Z GT edition?
Well, I'm very happy to share with you the main changes on the 11 model year. Apart from what you mentioned about the darkened alloy wheels and the special decal on the GT edition, the main changes on the 11 model year is actually underneath the skin. With the help of NTCE in Cranfield, they have retuned the dampers on this car to improve particularly on rough country road where we provide better damping and giving better wheel control. So what the customer will find now is even more enhanced cornering performance, particularly around the country lanes. The ESP light will no longer come on even during the fast driving until when you're absolutely necessary. So that's the main changes.
That's cool. Okay. Yeah. I suppose the GT badge is kind of like a homage to your strong sports car, your strong motorsport pedigree.
Yeah. As you know, with Luca, who start with the GT Academy and come through the GT Academy, and they raised this in the GT4. And still, this is the current plan to continue with the GT4 category, as well as, of course, Luca will explain to you about the LMP2 racing at Le Mans this year.
Brilliant. Okay, that's great, mate. Well, we better move on because we're live and we've got some viewers to please. Thanks,
Thank
Chris.
you.
So we're now going to go over to probably one of the most iconic supercars of all time, let alone iconic Nissans. This is the 2011 Nissan GT-R. Just check it out. This is absolutely unbelievable. Power's been upgraded this year. It's now got 530 PS and 612 Newton meters of torque. And that means it's going to accelerate from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 3.046 seconds. Now that is absolutely ridiculous. That's faster than a Ferrari 458 Italia. It's even faster than the new McLaren MP412C. And this car costs less than twice the price. Now, a man that knows a lot more about going on the limit behind the wheel of this car than me is basically the winner of the most recent GT Academy, and now he's also a team racing driver for Nissan, Lucas Ordonez. Lucas, For those people that don't know about Lucas's journey yet, you basically entered the GT Academy, which looked at people that were good at gaming, good at driving simulators, for example, Gran Turismo on the PlayStation 3. You were good at that. They then went to see if they can convert the virtual speed and the computer game into real-world speed by giving you the opportunity to race cars. And you turned out to be a pretty fast man behind the wheel of one of these things, and you won the competition.
Yeah, well, it was quite important for me. It changes my life, GT Academy. I entered a competition from home, and now 3 years later, I'm now a full driver, and I will drive in Le Mans. So it's just a dream come true, and we never expected that. But 3 years after winning the GT Academy, I'm a Le Mans driver with Nissan, so it's just incredible.
Lucas, you're an absolute hero, mate. Thank you very much for your time, and best of luck for the season. Right, so from race cars, we're now going to go to first cars. Let's check out the new Nissan Micra. This is the 4th generation Micra, which Nissan's now calling a global car, meaning it's going to market it in 150 different countries. But the one we're really excited about is this one. It's called the Nissan Micra Pure Drive. It's basically got under the bonnet is there. It's a 1.2 litre 3-cylinder petrol engine, but it's also attached to a supercharger. And the supercharger basically helps reduce emissions to just 95 grams per kilometre of CO2. Now that is really impressive for such a small, compact 5-seater city car, and one that's really going to be very good value. It means that, you know, when you come into England, for example, you don't have to pay any car tax. And even if you're driving in London, it's going to be congestion charge exempt. So that's really, really impressive. So that's as far as they go in terms of conventional petrol engines. That's how efficient they can get. But now we need to move over to the electric vehicles section. And this is really where Nissan is pulling some game-changing shapes. You might not have seen it, but you'll have certainly heard about it. This is the Nissan Leaf. This is the world's first and only mass-produced, affordable, but most importantly, normal electric family car. 0 emissions, but yet you still got 5 seats, you still got air conditioning. Toby, I've got to come around the back with you, mate. Check this out. It still has, sorry sir, it still has a proper boot. Just look at that. So there's absolutely no compromise in this family car. Nissan's already taken 27,000 pre-orders. So you can just, tell the extent to which people have just swallowed this car up. Because a lot of car makers around the world are currently talking a good talk about EV cars, but no one's actually doing it apart from Nissan. And that's where these guys are really marking themselves out. This car is on sale now. It's available in 3 different continents. So it's no surprise, really, that this car has already been awarded the 2011 European Car of the Year title. Now, who better to talk to now than Victor Nacif, who's the Vice President of Nissan Design, about the Leaf. Victor? Pleasure to meet you. Yeah, we're really good, sir. Really good. We're just we're live streaming at the moment with our Facebook fans.
Sounds good.
So how's the reaction gone down with Leaf so far?
Well, we've got 27,000 orders of the car. Very clearly, 250,000 people have been hand racers, which means they're very interested in the car. It's nothing but positive news. I think actually for the next 2 years the car's sold out just about. That's how good it's doing.
So can you not really build them fast enough?
Well, it's a question of if we could, we would definitely build them faster. It's just that we're at full capacity now on that, on the Qashqai, on the Juke. So we're really having a lot of great success now, and it's not just this car, but it's the whole product lineup that's doing very well.
Sure. Okay. So this is EV cars Nissan's got now for sale now. Let's move on very quickly to the Nissan EVs. Hopefully in the future, if you mind joining me, Victor. This is the Nissan S-Flow. So this basically uses the same electric drivetrain technology that's in the Leaf, but it's basically set up for a more sports car-centered environment.
Yeah. In actuality, you're capturing exactly what I would like to say, which is an efficient car and at the same time a sports car.
Right.
And it's not mutually exclusive. They're actually the same thing. It's an electric sports car, and I love it.
Yeah. I really love how you guys have thought a lot about balance and weight transfer, because it's so important with a sports car. You've got the lithium-ion batteries that are laid out along the axes of the front and rear wheels. You've also got twin electric motors, if I'm right, and they independently power each different wheel at the rear.
They actually do, and it's only the rear wheels that run it, but they can control each other there individually, which is even great.
Okay. So we know it's a concept here at Nissan, which is very cool and stuff, but seeing as it uses the same drivetrain technology as the Leaf, can we potentially see a sports car become a reality?
Absolutely. I think it's all possible. What we're going to be doing initially, though, is just looking at some of the surfaces and the language of the vehicle and seeing how we treat it. But clearly, this is part of the DNA of Nissan, and that's how we're going to introduce new products in the years to come.
Great stuff. Well, thank you very much for your time, sir.
Hey, no
That's
problem.
cool.
Take good care.
Thank you. Well, that kind of wraps it up for today, guys.